G'day everyone, welcome back to the Best Chef YouTube channel. I'm Jacob and I'll be taking you through common mistakes people in the 20s make when it comes to finances. I've made these mistakes in the past and I see people do them all the time. I'm probably going to make more of these mistakes in the future, but these are the ones I've made so far. Let's get into it. Disclaimer guys, nothing in this video is financial advice, this is for entertainment purposes only. Be sure to do your own research before making investments. Being in the early 20s, it sucks, let's be honest, but there's also freedom in it. We have all this money to play with, we have time, we have all these experiences to be had, we can drink, we can eat food we want, we can do all sorts of things, but we also make a lot of mistakes. In your 20s financially, because time, we have plenty of time. Money, we have a lot of money. So money can always be made, time can't. So we can afford to make bad decisions. So it's okay to make mistakes when you're in your 20s because we have so much time where you can just catch up. You can always make money later. It's okay. And making mistakes is how we learn. One I see people making in the 20s is buying brand new cars or cars on finance. This is a massive one I see as my workplace. I've seen this with other dudes. You know, as soon as we get our first salary, we just want to buy the car we've been pining for throughout our teenage years, and we finally have enough money to, we finally have enough salary to get it on finance, which is, you know, it's a great feeling driving out that car lot with a brand new car. I did this myself. I bought my Ute, brand new, most of it on finance, not a big deposit, and I can tell you what, it was one of the biggest financial mistakes I've ever made. It's an awesome experience to have because it gives you new experiences to drive places and have that freedom, but financially you do suffer from it. Before that, my first car was a Holden Barina, which cost me $1,400 in cash, and that was a lifesaver on savings. You could save money just like nothing because I didn't have a high rego, insurance was nothing, it was just petrol, so cheap to run. But my new Ute, it's just a lot of running costs that go into it, especially, you know, insurance, rego, it's all those things add up over time, and it's a massive ball and chain financially. Mistake number 2 that I made in my 20s was not investing sooner. Okay, it's never too early to invest. I remember when I was 19, my older friend told me about investing in shares and how he made capital gains and he made dividends on those shares, and he was actually doing quite well with the shares. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I just couldn't be bothered making a brokerage account or, you know, setting it up. I actually had money to deploy. I had money there to deploy, but I just couldn't be bothered doing the research and the brokerage account. I just couldn't be bothered, so I just let the money sit in the bank and earn nothing really. So that was one of the mistakes. I actually did invest a year later when the stock market crashed back in 2020 during COVID, and I did deploy a little bit of money there, but I could have put more into it, but I was trying to pay off my car loan. So moral of the story is, guys, it's never too early to invest. You can even invest with as little as $50 into one of those micro investing apps. I've done a few reviews on CommSec Pocket and Spaceship, and you can even start with $5 if you want to go straight into one of the bigger brokerage accounts. So just something to be mindful of, guys. And there's also the power of compound effect. The biggest tool you have being so young is compound interest. Okay, the sooner you invest now, the more compound interest you have over the years. So it's best to invest early to get that compound interest. If you invest $5,000 today at the age of 18, add $600 a month to that investment, which is not a lot of money, okay? At 8% growth, which is about an average ETF on the conservative side, in 30 years time, your investment will be worth $948,894, and the amount of interest you earn will be $727,000, and the amount you invested was $216,000, which most of that is just the interest. So that's just compounding, massive snowball effect. And you can see in this photo here, it's all towards the later years, it's all just compound interest. It's all just interest growing. So once you get to a certain point, the money looks after itself. So that's the biggest tool why you should invest sooner. Mistake number 3. Have you guys ever gone out to town with a bunch of friends? You know, you celebrate something, you had a few drinks, and then next minute, you know, you wake up in your bed the next morning, don't remember what happened, and then you check your online banking and you see all your money's gone, and then you check your savings and all your money's gone. Well, that's been me. So when you're out on the town, guys, make sure you guys bring cash only. Let's say I'm gonna go out on town with a bunch of friends and I only want to spend $50. I'm gonna bring $50 with me. I'm gonna leave debit cards at home, and I'm gonna take my money cash with me. The only way I can get drinks is if I spend that cash. So I keep it there. Alright, that's the best way to do it. Or you're not transferring funds from your emergency fund or your stock account to your everyday account. So you just tap and go. So it's so easy to spend so much money when you're out in town. When you're drunk, all your ambition goes out the window. There's no long-term goals. So cash is king, guys. So my second tip for saving money when you're going out on town to drink is buying drinks for pre-drinks. So this is a bottle of vodka. I think it was about 30 bucks. That's 22 drinks. Share it for your friends. You're definitely going to be more drunk than what you'll do when you're out in town buying $10 a drink, okay? So instead of buying $10 drinks when you're out, that's 100 bucks. You can buy 30 bucks of vodka. This will get you more drunk than all the drinks you bought out there because there's about 27 drinks in there. There you go. Have your pre-drinks at your friend's house before you go out and you're all sorted. You won't have to spend as much money when you're out, okay? So that's a little hot tip for you guys. Take number 4, not have an emergency fund. Alright guys, I know people want to go straight into investing and just get that gains, but it's awesome to have a emergency fund just in case your car breaks down, you're in between jobs, something major happens, a pet or your family member goes down, you never know when you need those funds. So it's always important to have an emergency fund. I know a lot of young people live with mum and dad still, so if you live with your parents, I'd only keep about 1 to 2 months of emergency funds just in case something happens. If you're living by yourself and you've got bonds and stuff like that, then I'd recommend 3 to 6 months of emergency funds just to have that nice little foundation safety bubble there. Anyway guys, that concludes today's video. Hope you guys got something out of it. Let me know your biggest financial mistakes you made in your 20s. Subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.